Okay, this is a quick tutorial on how to create a favicon for your website, which is a good way to get some bonus marks for your assessment task. So if you don't know what a favicon is, I will show you. It is this little icon at the top on the tabs on a Chrome browser, or any browser actually. They all have this little image. So that's what a favicon is. That's what we're trying to do. So the first thing we need to do is generate the image itself. And so if you just Google up favicon, F-A-V-I-C-O-N generator, and just take the first one. There's obviously lots of tools you can use, but this is the first one that comes up. I use text for this demo, but you can obviously use icons and PNGs, things like that. And I'm just going to keep it very simple. I'm just going to put a C. So just the letter C, and you can see up. You can see here that it will just generate a C in an icon. You can also, I believe you can, yep, you can make it a circle. So maybe I'll make it a circle. Okay, so that's what I'm after. So this just generates it straight away. So if I go download now, actually before I download, I will have a look in my downloads directory, and it's already got stuff in there, so I might just clean that up. That's from a previous effort. Alright, so if I go download, it's downloaded it to downloads, and I can see it here. It's a zip file. I extract all, and extract. That creates a directory there, and you can see that it's created several icons, different sizes, and that's because different platforms require different sizes. So Android and Apple Touch tend to use larger size ones. What we're interested in actually is the 16 by 16, so it's quite tiny, the one we're interested in. But we can use all of those. Alright, so now we go over to Dreamweaver and we have a look. And the first thing is we need to drag those images into here. But up until now we've been putting everything just in the root directory where the index.html is found. And if you look at the assessment task specification, you'll see that you need an images directory. So we're going to create that now. So if I right click and I go new folder and I go images, enter, and I right click on that again, I go new folder again, and I go favicon. So just we put a bit of a directory structure to put that stuff in. And what we can do now is we'll highlight all of these. We won't use them all at the moment, but we'll highlight all of them and just drag them right across into the favicon folder. And it just copies them across for you. You don't have to worry about that. Now, the next thing we need is a link. So what we use is a link statement, a little bit different to the link for the CSS, but we use a link statement to grab our favicon. Now, we don't have to code this because the website generates it for us. So we can just go down here. We can grab the one with the 16 by 16. We won't worry about the others for the time being, just to keep it as simple as possible. And paste it in. Now, at the moment, when it generates it, it obviously doesn't know about our images and our favicon directory. So we've got to put those in manually. So if we go images / and then it knows about typo. Okay. So we've got images, favicon, and then favicon 16. So this is a relative directory, all right? It doesn't reference, it doesn't start with C:, so it's a relative directory, and it says within the main directory there should be a subdirectory images and favicon, which will have our imagery. The other thing we can put in here, which is kind of useful, is if you press Control and then /, it will generate these two tag markers, and basically this lets you put comments in. So it's a good idea to comment your HTML code so that you remember what you're doing, and so that it's easy for me to mark when I go through and look at it. It's good practice basically. So in here I'll put something like, this is my link to my favicon, I don't know, image, something like that. Alrighty, and I save it. Now obviously there's no favicon up here. Now normally what you do to test would be to go down the bottom here, you go Chrome. But I've noticed for some reason that I don't understand that the favicon doesn't change when you call it up with Dreamweaver. So if you use that method down there, it doesn't call up your favicon. What you have to do is have a look and see where your favicon's stored. So mine is in unnamed 6. So I'll go to unnamed 6, documents, unnamed 6, and double click on the index itself. And you can see up here that I've generated myself a favicon. And so that's how you make favicons for your HTML. Hope you learned something for this tutorial.